Good morning. Welcome to my next class. And previously, you have already been known something about the concept of vectors. In fact, we are discussing the chapter motion in a plane. And the first topic which were discussed initially was something about vectors. And there you have studied how we represent a vector, how we resolve a vector, how we use different orthogonal points, and we have also seen that how we take the scalar product of two vectors. In fact, there are two types of multiplication, two types of product we have. One is, first one is scalar product, and second one is vector product. Always remember, it is the scalar product of two vectors. There we call as dot product, and here we call as cross product. You have been told something about scalar product, that is here we write A dot B equal to AB cos theta. There is no sign. That means the resultant of two vectors has no sign. That is the scalar. When we call scalar product of two vectors, it means the vector into vector resultant into a scalar quantity, like work. Force into displacement may give you the work. The flux, electric flux. Electric flux is phi equal to B E into A. E is electric field, that is a vector quantity, and A is the area vector, that is also a vector quantity. In the same way, magnetic flux is another example of this scalar product. But that is enough for scalar product. Today we will discuss the vector product. That is the main discussion today. It is vector product of two vectors. Vector product of two vectors. Okay. Now, if anyone said that what to mean by this, vector product of two vectors is defined as the, in fact, it is defined as A cross B equal to N A B sin theta. That is, product of two vectors is always defined as the product of magnitude of two vectors and the sign of angle between the vectors, and also one unit vector n. What is that n? N is always perpendicular to the plane of A and B. I am repeating again. If anyone asks you how will you define the vector product of two vectors, it is very simple. Vector product of two vectors is defined as the product of magnitude of two vectors and the sign of angle between the vectors, and also there is an unit vector which must be perpendicular to the both, that is A and B, perpendicular to the plane containing A and B. Okay, this is the general idea about the vector product. Okay, now when we say this thing, how could we determine the direction of this vector? This can be determined by right hand rule. We generally call this right hand rule. Either right hand screw law is there or just right hand thumb rule. In both the cases we have right hand. Now let us first we discuss the right hand thumb rule, like this. Okay. There, if we trace three fingers of right hand like this, and so that the index finger indicates one vector, vector A, the middle finger indicates another vector B, then thumb will indicate the direction of product of these vectors. This is this one, okay, A cross B into this. That means if we have we can write this as A, this as B, and this is the angle theta, and this is your A cross B. Or this may also be the direction of unit vector, which is in the direction of plane perpendicular to this A and B. Okay, it is the direction in the in a plane which is perpendicular to plane A and B. Okay, this is what we have, the direction of unit vector. Same is the direction of A cross B. Okay, now you can just see why I have made the direction like this, direction of the angle like this, direction of angle like this. Why? Because it is a positive angle. Remember, whenever we take an angle, that must be positive. Positive angle can be determined by simple method of coordinate axis. You can see that if we rotate in anti-clockwise direction, all the angles which moves in anti-clockwise direction like this, they are all positive angle, and if any angle is moved in clockwise direction, they are negative angle. This is positive angle and this is negative angle. Remember, in vector analysis, in discussing the direction of vector or angle between the two, we always rely on the positive angle. That is why I have taken this angle, anti-clockwise angle, remember, and that is A and this is B, and this is your A cross B. I am just repeating this by taking the fingers right now. If this is A, this is B, then this will be A cross B. This angle is definitely an anti-clockwise angle, and anti-clockwise angle means this angle we take. Okay, and suppose we have to take B cross A, then B cross A we have not to disturb this. We have not to disturb this. Okay, then it will be like this. It is B, it is A, and this is your B cross A. Here again, I am just telling you, this was A, this is B, and this angle was theta. When we make this like this, then we need again this angle here from B to A. Naturally, it is opposite to previous angle, and that is why we take that as negative. Okay. Now let me have some properties of vector product. Properties of vector product. Number one, that is, vector product of two vectors does not follow the commutative law. Does not follow the commutative law. That means A cross B is not equal to B cross A. Previously, I have said in case of scalar product, A dot B equal to B dot A. But in case of vector product, we always have A cross B does not equal to B cross A. This is your first rule. Okay. The second rule is that is it is distributive over addition. Distributive over addition. How does it mean? What does it mean? A cross B plus C can be equal to A cross B plus A cross C. It is distributed over addition. Okay. Third one is that is vector product of parallel or anti-parallel vectors will always be a null vector or zero vector. ये कैसे मतलब होता है? जैसे दो वेक्टर ये है, इनके बीच का एंगल कुछ थीटा दे रखा है, तो A क्रॉस B करेंगे तो नेचुरली ए बी प्लेन से परपेंडिकुलर डायरेक्शन में ये होगा A क्रॉस B. ये A था, ये B था, ये है आपका A क्रॉस B. ठीक है. अब दोनों ही वेक्टर एक दूसरे के पैरेलल हो, ये दिया है, इनके बीच का एंगल क्या है? 0. अगर एंटी पैरेलल हो तो भी इनके बीच का एंगल कितना हो जाएगा? 180 डिग्री. अगर रिपीटिंग, इफ दे आर पैरेलल then the angle between them is 0. If they are anti-parallel, then angle between them is 180 degree. In both the cases, the product will always be equal to 0. That is, the product, the vector product of parallel and anti-parallel vectors is always null vector or 0. That means we can write A cross B equal to AB sin 0 or A cross B and AB sin 180 is again 0. In both the cases, we have seen that vector product of parallel or anti-parallel vector. Parallel का मतलब होता है when angle between them is 0. That is, they are parallel. When angle between them is 0, then they are called parallel. And anti-parallel का मतलब क्या होता है? What is the meaning of anti-parallel? That means when the angle between the vector is 180 degree. Okay. And ultimately we have A cross B is this, and A cross B equal to 0, and here also 0. These are some points. Let us take some other points. These were the first 3 points. What is the fourth point? Fourth point is that the maximum value of the product of two vectors. The vector product of two vectors must be A dot B. That is equal to AB. What we mean to say, that is the maximum value of the magnitude of the vector product. It will always be given when angle between them is 90 degree. That is, fourth point is the maximum magnitude of vector product is found if theta equal to 90 degree. That means A cross B maximum equal to AB sin 90, that is just AB. Okay, because we are not to take any this unit vector, because we are taking the magnitude. Always remember, whenever we write something like this with two parallel bars, it means it is the magnitude. It is the magnitude of A, or simply we call it modulus of A. Modulus of A. Okay. This is the fourth point, and after having all the 4 points, what we have to take? What about this orthogonal unit vectors? We have to have the fifth point, product of orthogonal unit vectors In previous lectures, you have already you have been told about the orthogonal unit vectors like I, J, and K. This is I, small I, a small j, and small k. Along x-axis, it is I unit vector. Along y-axis, it is j, and along z-axis, it is k. They are always mutually perpendicular to each other. Okay. This we call as the product of orthogonal unit vectors. There are some conditions. What are the conditions we have to write? 3 parts. Number 1, we write I cross j equal to k. They are always in cyclic order. Then j cross k equal to I. Then k क्रॉस i इक्वल टू j. आप देख सकते हैं बिल्कुल साइक्लिक ऑर्डर में है. सबसे पहले i के बाद फिर j के बाद k. तो i j लिखेंगे तो k हो जाएगा. k के बाद i आता है. उसके बाद अगर j और k लिखेंगे तो i आ जाएगा. और उसके बाद k और i लिखेंगे तो j आ जाएगा. वी हैव सीन दे आर ऑल इन साइक्लिक ऑर्डर. यहाँ पर i लिख दीजिए, यहाँ पर j लिख दीजिए, एंड हियर वी राइट k. i के बाद देखिए j जाएगा, j के बाद k जाएगा, k के बाद i. तो ये पॉजिटिव साइन, पॉजिटिव ऑर्डर हो गया. पॉजिटिव ऑर्डर में नेक्स्ट वाला आएगा i और j के बाद, i और j के बाद नेक्स्ट क्या आता है k. j और k के बाद क्या आएगा i, एंड k और i के बाद नेक्स्ट क्या आता है j. ये साइक्लिक ऑर्डर. अब इसको उल्टा कर दे तो वी गेट ऑपोजिट थिंग, दैट इज j क्रॉस i इक्वल टू माइनस k, k क्रॉस j माइनस i, i क्रॉस k माइनस j. आप देख सकते हैं जस्ट ऑपोजिट हो जाता है. तो इसका ऑर्डर जस्ट, दिस इज पॉजिटिव ऑर्डर, एंड यही ऑर्डर अगर मैं उल्टा कर दूं, वही i वही j एंड k लिखता हूं. अब मैं j टू i टू ये ऑर्डर मैं कर रहा हूं. j टू i टू मैं k लिख रहा हूं, और k टू j लिख रहा हूं. तो ये ऑर्डर हो जाएगा आपका नेगेटिव ऑर्डर. दिस इज पॉजिटिव ऑर्डर, दिस इज नेगेटिव ऑर्डर. यहाँ देख सकते j के बाद i क्या आएगा k विथ माइनस साइन. k और j, ये k और j तो अगला तो आएगा, i तो आएगा. इट विल कम द नेक्स्ट वन i, बट विथ माइनस साइन. अगर मैं नेक्स्ट देखेंगे i and k just opposite to this, here we again get minus j. This can also be understood with the first law or first rule or first property, where we have had seen that a cross b is never equal to b cross a. But on the other hand, we have also seen that a cross b is equal to minus b cross a. The same thing appears here. Okay. What is the third rule in this part? Third rule is very simple. Third rule is I cross I, J cross J, K cross K is always 0. It is also just opposite to the case of this scalar product, where I dot I is 1, J dot J is also 1, and K dot K is also 1. But here we have I cross I equal to 0, J cross J is equal to 0, and K cross K is also 0. That means it could also be one of the property, general property could also be assigned to this particular part. What we say, that is the vector cell product is always 0. That clue is taken from this orthogonal conditions. Sixth, vector cell product is always 0. That is, vector into the same vector is always 0. Why? Because we take vector into vector and their magnitude of A, magnitude of another A, and also we take the angle between them. Angle between them is your 0. Here some unit vector. Unit vector has no significance because ultimately it makes 0. Okay. This is in fact it's sixth conditions. And finally, what we take that how we actually express the vectors in terms of I, J, K. It is the final form, that is 7-1 product of two vectors so the vector product of two vectors can be written as determinant. Okay? How? It can be written in the form of determinant. How we write this? Suppose we write A equal to A1I, A2J plus A3K. We write B equal to B1I, B2J plus B3K. Okay. Let us take A cross B. A cross B. By all the ordinary algebraic method I am doing A1 I1, A2 J2, sorry, A2 J plus A3K cross B1 I, B2 J plus B3K. First we multiply A1 A2, A1 B2, A1 B1, A1 B1, I cross I plus next this one A1 B2, I cross J. Then we write A1 B3, I cross K. Then in the next line we write A2 B1 J cross I plus A2 B2 J cross J plus A2 B3 J cross K. Next one, this one, A3 B1 K cross I, A3 B2 K cross J plus A3 B3 K cross K. Now we have to apply the basic rules of this orthogonal unit vectors. That is, I cross I is 0. J cross J is 0. J cross J is 0. Okay. This one. And this one. And K cross K is also 0. Then ultimately we are left with, this is cancelled, we are left with this A1 B2 I cross J plus A1 B3 I cross K plus next one, this one, A2 B1 J cross I. This is again cancelled. Here we have A2 B3 J cross K. Then this one A3 B1 k cross I, then A3 B2 k cross j. We have seen from this step to this step, we have in fact rejected 3 steps from 9 to 6th step. Okay, it has reduced from 9 term to 6 term. Okay, 9 से 6 टर्म में बदल गया. क्यों? आई वाला कट गया, जे वाला कट गया और के वाला कट गया, तो ये वाला बचे. अब देखिए, अगेन वी हैव टू फॉलो अदर रूल. अदर रूल में क्या होता है? आई जो आई क्रॉस जे जहां लिखा होता है क्या लिख सकते हैं? व्हाट वी राइट? के. ओके, जहां पर देखिए आई क्रॉस के जगह हम क्या लिख सकते हैं? माइनस जे. यहाँ पर क्या लिख सकते हैं? जे क्रॉस आई के जगह माइनस के. ठीक है, और यहाँ पर क्या लिख सकते हैं? जे क्रॉस के एक जगह जस्ट आई, इसके जगह जस्ट जे, एंड जे क्रॉस के क्रॉस जे माइनस आई. तो इसको अगले में हम लोग ये चेंज करते हैं. तो ए बी A1 B2 ये हो जाएगा जस्ट के, क्योंकि आई क्रॉस जे को के से हम लोग लिखते हैं. देन A1 B3 माइनस हो जाएगा A1 B3 माइनस जे, ओके. आई क्रॉस के माइनस जे होता है. A2 B1 दिस इज जस्ट के, चलिए माइनस के, दिस इज माइनस के. अब यहाँ पे देखिए A2 B3 और जे क्रॉस के तो आई होता है, तो प्लस A2 B3 आई. अब इसमें देखते हैं के क्रॉस आई भी माइनस में आएगा, जे A3 B1 जे, और यहाँ पर क्या लिखते हैं? A3 B2 ये प्लस हो जाएगा. A3 B2 के इंटू जे लिखा हुआ है, के इंटू जे क्या हो जाएगा? दिस विल ऑल्सो बी माइनस. अगेन आई एम जस्ट ऑब्जर्विंग I cross j is k. I cross k is minus j. Clear? J cross I is minus k. J cross k is just I. K cross I is just j. This is just j is plus j. And this is k cross j is minus I. We have seen 3 plus and 3 minus are there. After this, we take all the I together, all the J together, and all the K together. What we write? I bracket, then we write minus J bracket plus K bracket. Okay, I. Now here we write A2 B3 minus this one A3 B2 minus J is taken common, A1 B3 minus this will be A3 B1 then plus K, and here A1 B2 minus A2 B1. This is all about the general idea about the thing. How they are written in shorter way, that is the determinant form. That we write A1 A2 A3 B1 B2 B3. Actually, it is the expansion of this. We are not to do all these steps every time, but what we do, whenever it is written that you have to find out the vector product of two vectors and they are given in I, J, K, then obviously they could be written as A1I, plus a2j plus a3k. Another vector b can be written as b1i plus b2j plus b3k. Clear? Then their product is ijk a1 a2 a3 b1 b2 b3. बिल्कुल आप देख सकते हैं कि ये इसका एक्सपेंशन है. जैसे आपने यहां से यहां तक पहुंचे, इस टर्म के बाद के पोर्शन को शॉर्ट में ऐसे लिखते हैं. दिस इज कॉल्ड डिटर्मिनेंट फॉर्म, और इस चीज को डिटर्मिनेंट कहते हैं हम लोग. ठीक है, तो डिटर्मिनेंट फॉर्म जो हो गया, तो दिस इज द डिटर्मिनेंट फॉर्म ऑफ टू वेक्टर्स एंड दे आर टेकन इन टर्म्स ऑफ देयर कोएफिशिएंट लाइक दिस. तो इसमें थोड़ा जब प्रैक्टिस एक दो हम लोग न्यूमेरिकल सॉल्व करेंगे, देन वी कैन वेरी इजीली अंडरस्टैंड दैट हाउ वी एग्जैक्टली डू मैथमेटिकली. ओके, सपोज सॉल्व एग्जांपल. Vector p equal to 2i plus 2j plus k. Vector q equal to I minus j plus 2k. This is written, okay? And we have to find out p cross q. ये निकालना है. तो हमको दिस क्रॉस दिस करके डायरेक्ट नहीं निकालेंगे, बट डिटर्मिनेंट से हम लोग उसको डायरेक्ट निकालेंगे. वी राइट p क्रॉस q इक्वल टू I j k a1 a2 a3 b1 b2 b3. Now let us see what is a1. Here is 2, a2 is 2, a3 is 1. जो कोफिशिएंट है आई जे के का 3. पहले वाले जब p लिखते हैं तो p के यहाँ लिखेंगे, और अगर उसके बाद q है p क्रॉस q तो उसको नीचे लिखेंगे. अगर q क्रॉस p लिखना होगा तो q वाले चीज को ऊपर लिखेंगे और p वाले को नीचे लिखेंगे. दिस इज द डिफरेंस. इफ वी हैव p क्रॉस q देन वी राइट लाइक दिस. इफ वी राइट जस्ट q क्रॉस p देन वी हैव टू राइट b1 b2 b3 फर्स्ट, देन a1 a2 a3. Anyway, for this I am solving. Now we write I j k and then 2 2 1 1 minus 1 2. Okay, and here as usual the rule is I one bracket, then you write minus j another bracket, then you write k another bracket. After this, what we have seen, that is in the product we have had a2 b3 minus b2 a3. This to this, इससे इसको मल्टीप्लाई होता है, माइनस करके this to this मल्टीप्लाई करते हैं. Then here what we have, while doing this we must know this is called a row, first row, second row, third row, first column, second column, third column. ये कॉलम होता है, ये ऊपर वाला. And this is what we call row. ये मैथमेटिक्स में आपको बताया जाएगा. That all these things will be discussed only in algebra. But I am just discussing that while calculating, we have to ignore while multiplying I. We have not to take anything from the row of this and corresponding column. We take rather other two row और column को लेंगे. तो यहाँ पर क्या हो जाएगा, a2 b3. a2 b3 means 2 into 2, 2 into 2, or this into this, that is b2 into a3, minus 1 into 1. Then j का टर्म में जब माइनस j लिखते, then we have to ignore the column and the row which contains this j. That means ये वाला रो तो नहीं लेना है और ये वाला कॉलम भी नहीं लेना है. Then we must take this to this minus this to this. That means 2 into 2, 2 into 2, minus 1 into 1, 1 into 1, 1 into 1. जब k की बारी आएगा तो then we have to ignore this column and this row. Again we have to deal with only these two rows and column. Then 2 into minus 1, 2 into minus 1 minus 1 into 2. Then let us see what is the resultant. This is 4 minus minus 1, that is 5. 5i. Okay. And what about this? A 4 minus 1 is 3. 3j. And what about this? Is minus 2 and minus 2, minus 4. So minus 4, 3. This is the product of P cross Q. The first example. Example number 1, where you have to find P cross Q. Okay. Now in the same example, example 2, you have to find out the angle between P and Q. Angle between P and Q. That much you have to find out. Okay. How to find? We know that P cross Q equal to N A, B and sin theta. Clear? And to get sin theta we need only the magnitude to ignore this unit vector. Then we write sin theta equal to modulus of P cross Q upon modulus of A into modulus of B. How to do this? After knowing this, we have to know the magnitude of P cross Q. We write 5i minus 3j minus 4k, and then magnitude of P. Magnitude of P means 2i plus 2j plus k, and magnitude of Q I minus j plus 2k. Okay. Let us first find out upper one, magnitude of first one. We know magnitude is always equal to square of the coefficients of I, j and k. The sum of square of coefficient of I, j, k, and then we take the under root. That is root 25 plus 9. Okay, let me just correct, because this is P, Q. Naturally this will also be P and Q. I have written just AB. Doesn't matter, because ultimately most of the thing we used to have A and B terms, vector A, vector B. Here, since we are counting the vector P and Q respectively, therefore we write it is modulus of P and modulus of Q. Here also modulus of P and also modulus of Q will be there. Okay. Now this is the modulus of P cross Q, that is 25 plus 9 plus 16 divided by this one. I am writing down modulus of P. It is 4 plus 4 plus 1. Modulus of Q is 1 plus 1 plus 4. Okay. Then in the upper one, uppercase, we have to have 50. Under root 50, 50. And here what we have? 4 plus 4 plus 1, 9. And it is 6. Under root 9. Under root, how much? 6. Okay. Now under root 5, under 6, 2 cancel out. And under root 25 means 5. And it is directly 3. This will be the resultant. I am just repeating. 25 plus 25 means 50. 50 means 25 into 2. 25 is the whole square of 5. while taken out, under root 2 and this under root 2 cancel out, we are left with just root 3 here, and here also just 3. Why? Because under root 9 means 3. That is 3 root 3 is there in the denominator. In the numerator we have just 5 root 3. That means sin theta is given by this, or theta will be sin inverse of this thing. Okay. In that way we can find out the angle between the two. Well, I am just repeating the same question, and suppose we are having another part. That part is to find out the unit vector. I am just changing the question. Say question number 2. Question number 2. Here I am directly writing down A. I am not writing PQ. Remember, A is 2I plus J plus K, and B equal to 3I plus J plus 2K. Nowhere any minus sign is here. Find out the unit vector in the direction of A cross B. Okay. Naturally, in the direction A cross B, it can very easily be determined. First we write A cross B. Unit vector is given by like this. The vector into its magnitude. That initially, in the initial stage of vector, you have been told about the determination process of unit vector. It is vector divided by its magnitude. That means here we have to find out only the vector product A cross B. Let us find A cross B. डिटर्मिनेंट फॉर्म में करेंगे I J K. A के प्रोडक्ट कोएफिशिएंट जो है उसको पहले लिखेंगे. फर्स्ट वी राइट 2 1 and 1. दिस इज B 3 1 and 2. ये हो गया. उसके बाद तरीका हमने बताया था व्हाट वी हैव डिस्कस. फर्स्ट वी राइट I, एक ब्रैकेट बना ली, फिर माइनस J लिख के दूसरा ब्रैकेट बना लेंगे, फिर हम लोग K लिख के तीसरा ब्रैकेट बना लेंगे. ओके. देन I के बाद क्या लिखना है? व्हाट वी हैव टू राइट? वी हैव टू टेक दिस इनटू दिस माइनस दिस इनटू दिस. तो यहाँ पर क्या हो जाएगा? 1 into 2 minus 1 into 1. अब J के लिए ये नहीं लेना है. J के लिए क्या लेना? ये वाला कॉलम यूज नहीं करना है, ये रो नहीं यूज करना. दैट मीन दिस इनटू दिस माइनस दिस इनटू दिस. तो यहाँ पर लेना 2 into 2 minus 3 into 1. ये हो जाएगा J के लिए. ओके, विथ माइनस साइन. ये फॉर्मूला होता है. नेक्स्ट व्हाट वी डू? K के लिए तो बहुत सिंपल है, अगल बगल दिख ही रहा है. दिस इंटू दिस माइनस दिस इंटू दिस. तो 2 into 1 minus 3 into 1. अब इसको एक साथ सेट कर लेंगे. तो 2 minus 1 जस्ट I बचा. यहाँ पर क्या 4 minus 3 अगेन खाली 1 बचा, यानी कि माइनस J. यहाँ पर क्या बचा? देखिए 2 minus 3 मीन्स माइनस 1, तो माइनस K हुआ. तो ये हो जाएगा आपका A क्रॉस B. जस्ट चेक योर कैलकुलेशन फर्स्ट. आई एम रिपीटिंग. A क्रॉस B. फर्स्ट वी राइट द कोएफिशिएंट्स ऑफ A हॉरिजॉन्टली. 2 1 1 2 1 1 लिख दिया. I के साथ 2 है, वो कोएफिशिएंट हो गया. J के साथ 1 है तो 1. K के साथ 1 है तो 1. देन वी राइट द कोएफिशिएंट ऑफ B 3 1 2 3 1 2. उसके बाद I लिखने के बाद वी टेक दिस इंटू दिस माइनस दिस इंटू दिस. देखिए 1 into 2 माइनस 1 into 1 हो गया. ये हो गया कंप्लीट. फिर माइनस J लिखने के बाद व्हाट वी डू? वी हैव टू टेक दिस इंटू दिस माइनस दिस इंटू दिस. देखिए वही किया. 2 into 2 minus 3 into 1, that is only 4 minus 3, 4 minus 3 is just 1, खाली j खाली 1 आएगा, 1 into j means minus j. Okay, minus j into 1 is minus j. Okay, अब थर्ड वाले में केस में क्या था? थर्ड वाले केस में हम लोग ने what we do, this minus this into this minus this into this, देखो 2 into 1 minus 3 into 1, तो माइनस के आ गया, p आ गया. Now we determine the modulus a cross b. a cross b हो जाएगा अंडर रूट 1 plus 1 plus 1, ये आ जाएगा अंडर रूट 3. तो यूनिट वेक्टर क्या हो जाएगा? यूनिट वेक्टर इन द डायरेक्शन ऑफ a cross b will be equal to I minus j minus k upon root 3. This is what we have, the unit vector in case of this. So this is another example where we know that how we solve this. Suppose if anyone say that two vectors are parallel. If we say two vectors are parallel, then how could we have such conditions? If it is said that A and B are parallel to each other, then what is the possible conditions? Okay, and what is the possible condition? In that case, what we write? That could be another example. Say example number 3. Example number 3. If A cross B is equal to 0, then what is the angle between them? ये पूछा गया. So you know it well that it is already written that A cross B is 0. Then what is the angle between them? Solution. According to the property of vector product of two vectors the product vector product or cross product of two parallel or anti-parallel vector is always 0. The vector product of two parallel or anti-parallel vectors is always 0. That means angle between A and B is either 0 or 180 degree. Okay, either it is 0 degree or 180 degree. It is the solution of this. It is resultant of this. In that way, we can have various types of vectors and various types of examples. They are given in plenty in books and examples others. Even if you go through the notes, there also you can get even larger number of examples. And with this, I think you might have understood that how we exactly solve this. Okay, and by this we have concluded vector products part. Next we will discuss other things that like motion of projectile and motion of circular or the uniform circular motion. Okay, thank you.